It's the Modern Native. So tonight I had a couple of big announcements. Um, sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I was trying to upload a video for an intro onto here, but it's taking forever. Like right now, uh, it's just over halfway done. So it's going to be a little bit for that's done. And unfortunately, I forgot to pin that comment, but I guess I can re-comment it if I need to. But I have some big announcements tonight. Uh, First off, I'm back. So sorry I've been gone for so long. I'm gonna stay up on doing them again. That's why I'm kicking up the momentum. I just had to ease back into it a little bit. Uh, but we have a ton of new updates, a lot of new stuff. What's going on, Double Dog? The way that looked, because the lights are in my face, the way that looked, that almost looked like a bot for a second. But what's going on, Double Dog? Uh, I've added a ton of new stuff to my links, my Patreon, my Teespring, my Bonfire, and my Spreadshirt. Not so much my Teespring. It's hard to upload things on there, and I've been having technical difficulties, but hopefully I'll get that straightened out soon. But I've added a ton of new merchandise onto there. Um, what's going on, Frontier? Thank you, thank you. Uh, I've added a ton of new merchandise, a ton of new stuff onto my stores. I've put a bunch of new designs onto there. Uh, Tipping towards 2,000 pieces, 2,000 different things on my stores for merchandise for options that people can choose from. Tulip and Bee Outback Adventures. Oh, Amanda, how's it going? You in the U.S. yet? Pretty sure that's the same Amanda. I'm doing pretty good, Heath. How are you? Uh, but I included the links in my description. I was trying to have a video, like an intro kind of thing, to show everybody. It's almost done uploading, so when that's done, I will. I feel you. Um, as soon as that's done processing and we got some more people in here, if there's going to be more showing up, slowly ticking up. I'll play that trailer for you so you guys can see just a little snapshot. But I really tried to expand what I have to offer as far as my merchandise goes. Um, I also made a ton of improvements to my Patreon page. On my Patreon page, I didn't really have a lot to offer, but I finally was able to dig in and go into the options that I have to be able to actually appoint things to the different tiers. So I was super excited. Every single patron on there who's a part of a tier will be able to get a piece of merchandise, at least a piece of merchandise. Everybody will get something. My lowest one is $2.50 a month to just show some support. That's what you can do. It's a couple of cups of coffee or half a cup of coffee, depending on where you go. And that's all it costs a month to just throw a little support just to say howdy. And eventually, 3 months after you start, you'll end up getting a sticker sent to you from Patreon. Uh, one that I designed for them to send to you. So that's pretty awesome. What's going on, Elizabeth? Hey, Tasha, how's it going? I saw you a second ago, but middle of a sentence, I wanted to finish it. But the lowest one is $2.50, and then it's like $5, $10, $12, or $9, $12, 15, 20, 35, 50, and 75, and then 100. Now, those are all the prices per tier, like as it goes up. And still breaking up a lot of infection, so it's in my chest now too. going on, Duggar? But I really expanded the tiers so that way there's a lot more options from very, very little all the way up to now the $100 slot, the biggest slot, there's only one. And I'm going to start with that and work my way down to explain things. Or, no, actually, I'm going to save that for last. But so the $2.50 one, that's for, I call it just the supporter. That's just $2.50 a month. After you've been a part of it for 3 months, they send you a sticker. And after that, I'll end up putting in a new thing. So that they'll end up being something every 3 months. But it'll be a sticker and then a poster, and I'll do different stickers and different posters and stuff. That's the only two things I can really do in that price range to do that. So I'll make sure it's something different each time, so it'll be something good. And then the $5 one, they get a sticker too. Like, it has a list in there under the tier of what each tier gets, but there's hoodies, there's stickers, there's tote bags, there's shirts and t-shirts, long shirts, mugs. I put a bunch of different designs onto there, but it gets bigger as you go up. I have the one called the Big Spender, and it's the coffee mug, the tote bag, a hoodie, and something else. But it's pretty cool. How's it going, kitty? And each one has a specific design onto it, and it's really awesome. Now, I did something special. The way I have it set up, I wanted to start kind of like a community thing going on. Now, across the tiers, you get access to online chat and posts and stuff like that. So one of the things I want to do is I want you guys to tell me what you want to see. I can do a ton of stuff, but I can never really decide what I want to do. So I want to know what you guys want to see, what videos you want me to make. And right off the bat, disclaimer, I can't find Bigfoot in our area. He's not around. So don't ask me to go hunt for Bigfoot. Sorry, maybe eventually. But that's out. But other than that, like I'll take any suggestions, any challenges, or anything like that people have to put on comments or posts, or there will be a voting system set up to where people can vote on different ideas and things like that. Because one of the tiers is set up is called committee members. Now the committee members have voting rights. They get to take the ideas and the suggestions and stuff like that from the general everybody else and kind of like vote on the ideas that they like. And the next step above that is what I call the board of directors. Now it's a smaller group because the committee members, there's only going to be 50. Now the board of directors is 15, I think. I don't know, like it says on there. I'm in the trees, Elizabeth, but this area is so populated already that he's not anywhere around here. But so I can't remember if it's like 50, 15, 5, I don't remember, but there's a larger group of committee members, a smaller group of board of directors, and they vote on the ideas from the committee members. And then the very, very top one that I have, I'm calling Chief's Chief Advisor. Native, get it? But that person gets to, they're the main person in my ear. If they have an idea, I'm pretty much just going to do it because, they're the advisor. If they say this is a good idea, that's a good idea. I'll do it. They get to vote on the ideas that the board of directors pop up. And pretty much until it gets like super crowded, any ideas people are coming up with, I'm pretty much going to do them just because that's what people want to see. So, like, I started the idea with the community post a while back, and I am going to do those. I needed to get back into the groove of it. I'm going to do a Knots video because Laura asked for it. I'm pretty sure it was Laura, and that's why I mentioned the Bigfoot thing, because Elizabeth, I think, was part of the conversation about looking for Bigfoot. So I do remember that post, and I am going to get to it, but it's that I'm addressing that. So that's where my idea kind of stems from. Is I want to build on that idea and give everybody the option to kind of like have an input. Like, well, what do you want to see me do? What do you think I can do? What challenges do you have? What ideas? Things like that. So there's a ton of different options, and I'm really trying to expand on my patrons and the people who are included, and people who go onto my shops and my merchandise. I wanted to offer more options and more selections. But we got a few people here. I'll wait for Amanda to tell me that she's back from coffee, and I'll play the trailer and show you guys. Just before, so that way you don't have to leave the screen. You guys can see a quick little trailer of some of the stuff I have on there. And I might play it periodically if like a new group of people pop in. But yeah, I really wanted to, what do they call that? Viewer's choice, or viewer decided, or audience decided, something like that. But I wanted to give people the option to help make the channel what you want to see, because that's what I'm doing this for. I want to share my experiences, my knowledge, and everything else, but I want people to see what they want to see. So the best way to do that is have you guys just tell me what you want to see, and I'll do it. Within reason, obviously. But I wanted to make sure everybody on my Patreon page got merch. I wanted to make sure that everybody got something for their contributions, beyond the fact that I am still going to do my free gift for all my subscribers, my first 1,000. I am still doing the walking sticks. They're up in the storage, in the dry storage, and I'm just waiting to get things settled back here. I'm working on it in the next few days to be able to have a space to work on stuff. And then as soon as I can get some money rolling, I will be sending out everybody's walking sticks and everything else, and then start getting towards pushing out the gifts. But I wanted to do this so that way people had something else coming to them as well, as an additional thank you. It's all about appreciation. I want to appreciate everybody, so whatever way I can to offer something, I am. I'm just not. I don't have my own personal income. The wife is working right now, but that's for necessities and stuff like that, and to get ourselves up on our feet. That I can't put money into YouTube until I can start getting some income rolling in myself, preferably from YouTube. I'd love to be able to take YouTube money and put it into YouTube, so that way I can get the ball rolling. But that's just my announcement. If I can get a quick roll call, see who's here, I'll do the trailer, the video clip, to show you guys if anybody's interested. And if anybody has any questions, want me to go into further detail about anything on my Patreon announcement, or I do also have promotions that I can do on my stores for discounts and stuff like that. So and there were some issues with a couple of pieces of merch, and I went in and fixed them. There's still other issues with Spreadshirt. It's a huge store. I've got like like 1,600 pieces just in that store. So I mean, it's a lot to go through and actually fix the little details in each one. Some of them I have to make the image a little bit bigger. Others I have to move it. It's all about going in and getting each one. But most of them look nice. So for now, it's fine until I can get some working onto it. When I get a better phone, I can probably get a little better work into it. Um, this one's just crapping out on me. It barely wants to do anything. So before I lose any more people, there's I'll play the clip.
Hey there, everybody. Sorry it's a little dark, but I'll be with you in just a minute. And right now, you're going to see a little bit of a preview of some of the stuff I got in some of my stores. I've done some major updates and added a lot of different merchandise to all of my stores. And stay tuned for the big updates that are coming for my announcement. So stay tuned, and while you wait, if you want to, you do me a huge favor if you go and you check out my Patreon, my stores, and all my links are in my About page, and I'll be including some in my description. I appreciate everybody, and thank you so much. Tons of updates coming soon. Stay tuned. Alrighty, so I hope you guys liked what you saw, and feel free to go and check out the stores and my Patreon and everything. A lot of information to check out there. And we'll be here when you get back, because I'll be live for a little bit while to explain everything. Thank you. Until next time, get out there, be a native, and go beast.
Awesome, it automatically hit it. How long ago was I buffering? Like, did you guys see the video? Did that come through? Like, I hope my video and audio and everything is still coming through fine. Last time I used StreamYard out here, everybody said it was working fine. I hope it still is. But that was if the video came through and everybody saw that, that's my some pictures and some clips, some screenshots I took of my store to show you guys. I don't know who all saw it. Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. And that's just a few pieces. There's a ton of different merchandise on there. Bonfire is probably my highest quality and easiest to navigate, my prettiest looking store. I love the way Teespring looks and is set up, and I like the merchandise I have on there, but a couple messed up. And Spreadshirt has a lot, but like I said, there's some on there that are messed up because it has a select all option, so I can put it across all of the pieces. So if you like an image, you can get it on anything. But like if there's a specific piece that somebody wants and it's kind of a little messed up, let me know and let me know exactly what piece it is and what design that it has on it, and I will go into that option and I will fix that piece for you so you can order it. But like I said, it's a ton of pieces, and I'll have to go through methodically and fix them all. And Elizabeth is what on Teespring? because I do have a Teespring store. I have a bonfire, a Spreadshirt, and like I said, my Patreon does have merch. Oh, yeah. Like I said, it's on Teespring, um, bonfire. If you go into the description of this video or my about page, I have 3 different stores. On my about page, there is 5 links. One is my friend's GoFundMe. I don't even know if he's still running that. I have to check in with him. We touch base off and on, but he was at risk of losing his house, so I was trying to help him with his GoFundMe. But that link is still there. But it's the merch stores and then the Patreon, uh, and they all have merch on it. Thanks, Elizabeth. I still have only made one sale across my stores, and one sale is one sale, but I can't cash out until I get a certain point in profit. So it's still, that looks nice. It's like right now it's like views on YouTube. It's like, oh, cool, I'm getting views. Still not getting paid. Like I'm not trying to put it down or nothing. Like I'm really thankful that my buddy went and bought something because he knew I didn't have any sales yet. So he wanted something. He wanted to help me out, and he could use a bandana. So he got a bandana. So, and I'm appreciative for anything anybody does, but these stores have stupid rules, and I've got to make a certain amount to get there. It's the only reason why I'm pushing even a little bit. If I start making like even incrementally regular sales, I'll stop mentioning it and leave it alone and just let it do it organically. But I mean, this is my job. This is how I'm trying to contribute. So I've got to put in some work to try to make some money a little bit here. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I fell off. You know, um, it was a borderline. It was a borderline breakdown. It was just a long, extended, slow action. It was like a glacier sliding down a mountain. It was doing damage, but it didn't look like it was doing a whole lot all at once. So I fell off. But I am a full-time YouTuber. This is my job. This is what I do. I'm a farmhand. I'm a yard worker. I'm trying to get my business up and running, but this is what I focus on, and that's why the wife works to make the money, because I maintain camp and the lifestyle and focus on YouTube. So I mean, I appreciate that she was very patient with me the last couple of months while I've been recuperating and healing and recovering, but I need to get back into gear, and I need to start making something. And Elizabeth, yeah, you're one of my 3 patrons on Patreon. I don't believe you are actually in a category, but I think you're only a couple of bucks away from one of the decent ones that have merch. So if you wanted to go in and adjust that, so you actually will get something off of Patreon too, you might want to look at that to see where you fall on the tiers. Because I know you added in, but I don't think you selected a tier. I think you just put something in. You have to actually click a tier to join it. I just don't want you to miss out. You're contributing and you're helping, and even the little bit from the 3 patrons that I have, that's been helping me. That when we're in a tight spot and we need a few bucks, it's I make a few bucks off of Patreon, so that's awesome, and I appreciate all three of you. um, but that's also why I adjusted the merch to on Patreon, so that way you guys could get something back off of there. Besides my exclusive videos that I put on there, and I'll be doing more of that. Um, I'll be doing more posts and updates. I've been trying to throw some posts on there. And I'll be including more heads up, like conversational. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this kind of video in the next couple of days, and then the day of, when I'm like really narrowing down that I'm thinking about doing it that day, I'll be like, hey, pretty sure I'm doing it this day later on. Stay tuned. So you guys will have heads up to, you'll know before the video is even recorded that it'll be dropping that day. So I must be thinking of somebody else, Elizabeth. Bacon! The goddamn bacon! What's going on, bro? I'm doing an announcement where I'm updating my Patreon. I added merch to all my tiers. I added a ton of stuff to my stores. All three of them. Well, like I said, not so much Teespring, because that's a pain to try to get onto that right now until I get a better phone. But thanks for tuning in, bro. It's good to be back. How you been? And I mean, if anybody wants to come and hang out, bam, there she was. Oh well, Elizabeth, it's if you click the link on in my about page, it's also in this description. The Patreon link, it says Patreon in the link. Pretty sure it's the first one in this description, last one in my about page. But that'll bring you up like a browser version of it, so you can check it out if you're interested. But I could have sworn. Who am I thinking of? Cynthia. I haven't seen Cynthia in forever. Anybody know where Cynthia is? I feel you there, Bacon. Summer is shaping up nicer than I expected here. Still not overly hopeful though. We've had some like couple of scorcher days, but we've had a lot of storms. It's been super wet. Like I haven't been able to do a lot of stuff because, like, if I want to move camp or reset up camp in a different spot, it has to be dry when I put it down. Because full-time camping will be in that spot for longer than just like a weekend camping trip. So that moisture underneath can't be there when I set it up, because that'll cause mold and it'll come up through the tent. Because that's the big tent is our storage. If you guys remember last year, we still have that 3-room cabin tent. I have to repair a pole because that snowstorm dropped a foot on us and it got too heavy and crushed the one side and broke a pole. So I'm just going to slide a piece of copper up onto it and tape it into place. But yeah, the weather's been so back and forth. It's been so muggy, so it's been very buggy. We've been getting swarmed with the little black flies and stuff, and the only thing that really helps is just smoking the whole area out. I got to get a good fire going and then smother the hell out of it and just waft the smoke all around us. It's the only way to clear out the bugs of the whole area. Because we've got this natural organic bug repellent spray. It's, a whole bunch of oils mixed together. And it works. But it works on the dogs and it works on the ground. It doesn't stop the flies because they're still flying everywhere. So a smoke out is the only way it works. sometimes when I'm on live, it'll go by so fast, and other times it won't. Like, it didn't feel like I was talking for an hour and a half earlier. Um, even though that was kind of a rough hour and a half. Um, so I don't know who here caught that. Um, maybe in the next couple of days, have a discussion kind of thing, see what people think. But yeah, just needed to tell my story and be honest. But uh, if does anybody have any questions? Um, on my end here, it says 2, so I don't know who's here right now. So half-hour roll call. Say, hey, you still here? You still alive? Pulse check. Um, well, because we're doing, yeah, I was live earlier today. I've been following the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard court case, and I have a similar experience. So I wanted to share my story because I was inspired by the overall public opinion response to uh, Johnny Depp being abused, and I wanted to share my story because it would be therapeutic and it might help others to speak out and share their story and to face it and not not deal with that in their life. Well, there's always the replay, and even though it was an emotional one, I still remember to put in a replay code word. So, um, but I mean, while we're doing the Patreon update, I'll do a little sneak peek on some things that I'm going to talk about coming up the next little bit. Some of my video ideas I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing either a video or a series on depression cycles and yeah, bacon. The mosquitoes are bad. The little flies are worse, and it's not even like they bite a lot. It's my skin super sensitive. Like the tiniest little like almost microscopic spider crawling on me, I can feel it. A tick lands on me, I can feel it crawling. A tick. Uh, these little almost microscopic black flies, the ones you choke on, I can feel them land on me. I can feel them. They don't even bite, but it's just it's maddening because it's dozens of little touching you. I'm touching you. I'm touching you. I'm touching you. Makes you go insane. But yeah, the mosquitoes get bad here, and but I keep a fire going that already keeps them away a little bit because it gets some of the moisture out of the area. But whenever I need to, I throw down some greens on there and I smoke it out and smoke out the area, and I burn pine, which keeps them away too. Um, but some of the video ideas I've been thinking about coming up for those that might be interested is depression cycles. It's either going to be a video or a series, and it's just going to be talking about like what happens to people, like something like what I dealt with. One thing leads to another, ends up creating a whole self-destructive cycle. Yes, yes, exactly, bacon. I'm touching you. I'm touching you. So I wanted to talk about that, and leading up to that, I was going to do a live discussing YouTuber burnout because I didn't burn out, but I was so depressed that I didn't have the energy or the motivation to do videos. So that made me feel bad about not doing videos, which kind of made me depressed, and that made it worse. So I was going to talk about that and talk about normal YouTuber burnout and the different variations on a live, and have people come up and talk to me if they've ever experienced it or had any questions, because I do things a different way than most people do on YouTube. Most people rarely upload more than one, like upload daily, much less multiple times a day, and I'm getting back to that again. I've got to play catch up. I broke my 1 year mark, and I haven't. I don't even have 365 videos, so I need to get back in there. So burnout is a heightened risk for me because I do so much. But so there's that, and I did the men in abusive relationships, so that's checked off my list. And I don't know if anybody follows or has seen or heard about Detroit Urban Survival Trading. Dust. Yeah, I have some responses to that. So I'm going to be doing a short and some videos on that. Then I had the idea for doing a series called Be a Good Outdoor Adventurer. And it was going to be kind of, it was going to fall, it was going to kind of like reference back maybe once or twice to my Fowler video where he shows terrible environmental responsibility practices. Like it's absolutely horrendous what he does on national land and national forests, and it's just disgusting. So that's examples of how to be a bad outdoor adventurer. So I was going to do a series on being a good outdoor adventurer and the ways to be responsible and respectful. What? I didn't hear nothing about that, Bacon. I was just saying I'm going to do a video about him and how he's such a freaking fool. But and then I was going to talk about, so that was one series, the outdoor adventure. And then I was going to do a series on types of camping and what, like, the different types, like the very bare minimalist native style survival camping, living, whatever, all the way to the obnoxious glamping. So I was going to go through the whole series and talk about the different styles and why it's good, why it's bad. Well, it's not even like why it's good or bad. The pros and cons of doing that style, and like the different traits and stuff like that. It's going to be a huge series. And then I have one, which it's going to be really hard for me not to do this one with a huge smile on my face the entire fucking time. Makings of an Asshole, a video series. Yeah. Because see, I've been called an asshole by fucking hypocrites. Because they're some of the biggest assholes you've ever met. And they're trying to call me an asshole. So, yeah. I'm going to be doing a video series on that and what truly makes an asshole. And then I'm also going to be doing a video on, or a series, can't decide quite yet, on introducing to the rough. Now, that's what I mean by that is it's kind of going to be in a video series explaining about when you have someone who doesn't have any outdoor experience or anything like that, and you want to introduce them to that. You want to get them into camping, and you want to get them into camping rougher than what people would consider comfortable, and how you do that. I already started the unexpected - inevitable life equals waiting. It's kind of just expounding on life and what it is. I'm hoping eventually. Uh, which actually, I'm hoping to be able to have an update about something relating to that soon, Bacon. Uh, I trying to get something into the works. I'm hoping to get an official word soon, but stay tuned. Uh, Another video idea I was going to be going on is turning off autopilot, which is part of the living life to the fullest thing. Because so many people, like, you go about so many normal day-to-day activities, driving to work, going to the store, stopping at the gas station. If I were to ask you specific details about things that were around you, people that were there, things like that, you wouldn't be able to remember because you were so far on autopilot. It's so deep into your subconscious because you weren't paying attention that you missed 75% of your experiences throughout the day because you just were too glazed over autopilot. So it was just some ideas I had. Uh, so, Bacon, I don't think you were here for the video. I mean, I got a little clip. You interested in seeing it? I don't know. I mean, do another roll call here. It's only been like 10 minutes since I did the last one, but I'm kind of ran out of things to talk about with my update here without people needing more information or asking questions about what's going on with my Patreon. My stores, it's, I've got more merch. Go check it out. And I have a clip to show you some of the things I added onto there. If you're interested in seeing it, I'm pretty sure Bacon, you're the only one that's here now that didn't see it then, which is why I wanted a roll call. I know for sure Elizabeth saw it, and that was about it. Says I have 3 here. I don't know if it's because I'm just too dark and people want to see things, but yeah, just, and yeah, Elizabeth. There's a ton of stuff. Like I said, Bonfire. The way I would go through it is I would look at Bonfire, Teespring, and then Spreadshirt because Spreadshirt has so much you're gonna get lost forever. So here you go, Bacon.
Hey there, everybody. Sorry it's a little dark, but I'll be with you in just a minute. And right now, you're going to see a little bit of a preview of some of the stuff I got in some of my stores. I've done some major updates and added a lot of different merchandise to all of my stores. And stay tuned for the big updates that are coming for my announcement. So stay tuned, and while you wait, if you want to, you do me a huge favor if you go and you check out my Patreon, my stores, and all my links are in my About page, and I'll be including some in my description. I appreciate everybody, and thank you so much. Tons of updates coming soon. Stay tuned. Alrighty, so I hope you guys liked what you saw, and feel free to go and check out the stores and my Patreon and everything. A lot of information to check out there. And we'll be here when you get back, because I'll be live for a little bit while to explain everything. Thank you. Until next time, get out there, be a native, and go beast.
Like, so there you go. It was some screenshots from scrolling through my stores to just give people an idea of some of the designs I have on there and some of the products. But that's drop in the bucket. Like Elizabeth was saying, there's a lot of stuff on there. In total, I'm crouching up on 2,000 pieces, and that's 2,000 different pieces of merchandise with different uh, logos and stuff. There's collections with like the same logo across a bunch of different type of merch, and then it's this, So pretty much, if your best bet on Spreadshirt, if you want to navigate that, is to look at the pieces or the individual. I don't think they call them campaigns on there, but pretty much go by category. Like, what are you interested in? You interested in a cup? Look at the cups. Look at the dinnerware. Look at apparel, things like that. Like, break it down into sections so you can look at the options that are in that section. It'll be a lot easier to navigate. Sort of. With the Patreon, Elizabeth, and hey, Files, how's it going? I did see you. I wasn't ignoring you. I was just in the middle of something. I didn't want to miss you before I got sidetracked. The Patreon, the way it works is it's a monthly payment, and that's why I have so many different increments. So you can choose which level you want to put. It's either a couple of coffees a month, or YouTube subscription, or or it's like the same. It's the same price as a Netflix subscription on some of them and things like that. It's. I feel like I broke them up pretty reasonably. I just made some of the higher ones exclusive because they have voting rights and control on my channel, so you could choose what my channel does. In part, obviously I'll be doing things independently from that, but I'll take everybody's ideas. Fucking creep. Beetle hit me and tumbled. But the Patreon, the way it works is each tier you pay that much a month, and each level gives you different accesses, and it has a list under each one what that tier gives you, and each one gives you merchandise, and you'll get that every 3 months, because even the ones that are labeled as a one-time thing, I will be doing a one-time thing every 3 months, because it takes 3 months for you to earn the merchandise, because it breaks up the cost of the thing by the 3 months. So it doesn't cost you too much. It doesn't cost me it doesn't take too much away from me. Everybody's happier that way. But on there, that's where I'll get fan requests. That's where people will vote on the ideas. That's where people will make decisions. You can get merchandise. I'll be doing updates before my YouTube, like when I start actually getting people on there, I'll let people know. Thanks, Bacon. I remember you said that before, so I appreciate that. I'll be doing updates onto the Patreon, being like, so if I've got like one of these big ideas, like I've been mentioning, and I'm planning on doing one of them, I'll be like, hey, in the next couple of days, I'll be dropping this video, so you can know it's coming up. Or that's where I'll be like dropping merch ideas, and I'll be like, hey, what do you think about this on a shirt? Or would you get this coffee mug? Kind of thing. Like, what do you guys think about this? And then, it's the behind the scenes and exclusive things that I don't put on YouTube. So does that make sense? It's an exclusive club outside of YouTube, and it's not outreaching looking for new people. It's me taking the inner group of like my top supporters and putting them in their own little app so that way we can communicate, we can stay tuned, things like that. All right, does that make a little more sense, Elizabeth? Oh. Sorry about the squeaking. All right, do you have any other questions or anybody else have any questions? Um, or any suggestions even. Like I've been trying to put like a broad mix. What's going on, Swampland Outdoors? I'm doing an announcement explaining my updates to my Patreon page and talking about my new merchandise in my stores if you're interested. I can play you the clip. And Elizabeth, no, I haven't yet. But Swampland, if you're interested, I can play you the clip. It doesn't bother me to play it for each person that's been coming in. I haven't been having like large groups of people, so. Uh, no, the Jeep ended up getting a little more damage than I expected. I'm pretty sure there's something wrong with the transmission because it doesn't drive anymore. When I put it in the drive, it just kind of, you can hear the motor trying to go, and it just kind of shimmy and shakes. But reverse works. So I had to reverse it all the way down the private driveway, the dirt, rough road, like 3/4 of a mile backwards the whole way with the Jeep loaded full of stuff. Yeah. So that's also something else I'm working on trying to get fixed because I may need a new tranny. It may just be something stupid, simple, like just got knocked out of alignment or something. But it's going to be a bigger project. So I am still doing the Jeep Fund with the Cash App, but uh, I don't know. That was part of my depression. Why that kicked up. Uh, Laura the Explorer, how's it going? So, like I said, Swampland, if you're interested, I'll play that clip. I got a couple extra people. And Bacon, I'm like 2,400 hours short on my watch hours, unfortunately. And the wife works with her aunt, and so she rides in with her. So I mean, I've got a few people here, so I'll just show everybody the merch quick. And
Hey there, everybody. Sorry it's a little dark, but I'll be with you in just a minute. And right now, you're going to see a little bit of a preview of some of the stuff I got in some of my stores. I've done some major updates and added a lot of different merchandise to all of my stores. And stay tuned for the big updates that are coming for my announcement. So stay tuned, and while you wait, if you want to, you do me a huge favor if you go and you check out my Patreon, my stores, and all my links are in my About page, and I'll be including some in my description. I appreciate everybody, and thank you so much. Tons of updates coming soon. Stay tuned. Alrighty, so I hope you guys liked what you saw, and feel free to go and check out the stores and my Patreon and everything. A lot of information to check out there. And we'll be here when you get back, because I'll be live for a little bit while to explain everything. Thank you. Until next time, get out there, be a native, and go beast.
Psych. Gotta do that every time. And Elizabeth, I'm in upstate New York. So that was just a couple of screenshots from the merch in my stores. As I said before, the bonfire is definitely the nicest one. But unfortunately, the discounts aren't that great. The Teespring, I like the fact that I can do a free shipping. Yeah, the bonfire link, the Teespring, and the Spreadshirt are the links to the merch. The Patreon link is to my Patreon, and the Patreon has merch too. But it's part of the rewards program for being part of my tiers. If you're interested, it breaks it down into pretty much payments. That's the way I'm looking at it, because I'm doing merch for everybody. If you're applying for, you're paying for a bunch of accesses, but you're also making like a payment plan on the merch that I'm going to send you, or that is going to be sent to you. But like I said, the bonfires is my nicest store. The Teespring has my free shipping code, and Bonfire has big sizes on the shirts, Elizabeth. They have nice sizes on the shirts. They go all the way up to, some of them go to 2X, some go to 4X. So you got your sizes on Bonfire for sure. But I love the bucket hat, the fire hat. I want one myself. I just haven't had the money to get one yet. That might be one of the first things I do once I get like a decent amount coming in. I'm gonna order some of my own merch so I can have it. I want one of the bucket hats, the fire hat. I want the boys on a tumbler, and I want a hoodie, a shirt, and a tank top with my different logos on it. But I know for sure that the promo code, the promo code for the Teespring is native ship. Like, it's a shipping code, native ship, and it's one word put together. Ship is capitalized though, so capital native, capital ship, no space, and that gives you free shipping, which knocks a ton off the price. On Teespring, it's almost more for shipping than it is for the actual order. So that's why I did that promo. I need to adjust the fire. That's weird. And Bacon, you're a moderator, right? Because I'm on StreamYard, so I can't see if you're a moderator, so I don't know if the link actually is clickable. But that's weird. I wonder why the bonfire isn't working. But thank you. Thank you for fixing that. It's weird. I'll have to go in and like redo the link or something. If anything, I would have thought the Spreadshirt didn't work, because the link I have in my clipboard tray is my clip tray is the accessories page, but I delete it back to the backslash. So Okay, good. I couldn't remember if I'd had you or not. Oh, awesome. And something I like about bonfires, they have a way where I can customize. I can make a whole thing on there without having images of my own. Like I use my own images on most of it, but if I'm feeling froggy, like the one native one, the orange circle that says "Be a Native," and the "And Go Beast" with the wolf and the moon, that was all made with stuff that they had for me to like put together and customize and color and change the size and shit. So it's really nifty. I like it. And I mean that's what I've been doing. I've been making stuff that I want to get. So I figure, I mean, if I want it, at least somebody else is gonna like it. And also one of the things about Patreon is I can put things on there that I can't put on YouTube. So like the animal processing that will affect my monetization that I if I put it on YouTube, I can put that on Patreon, not have it affect my page. Uh, if we want to have like a live jam session with copyrighted music and everything else, we can do that just hanging out on the Patreon live. Won't matter. That'll just be for us to hang out, have a good time because I'm not worried about that video being monetized because it's going on my Patreon. So that's that's also a benefit with Patreon. Because right now I have three, and they're some of my top supporters right from the beginning, and they're awesome. I appreciate them from the bottom of my heart, and I can't wait to add more. Like that's like it's not even the excitement for me to add more patrons to my Patreon is it's not about the amount of money that I'll be getting. It's that I'll be growing a community that people will be connecting with me and that it's growing the family, it's growing the tribe. It's uh, I don't know, I like it. I like that idea. I like that I can go on there. Each one of my patrons have a message thing. You know, Bacon. I'm sure the wife has the same question. As soon as somewhere offers a coloring book, I love you, Bacon. I'm gonna make a coloring book. Yeah, damn straight. I'm gonna make a coloring book because I just thought about it. Teespring has digital things that you can make. They also have. I'm pretty sure they have like a publishing thing where you can make a book. So all I have to do is make 40, 50 images that are black and white with open spaces and just lines. I can make a fucking coloring book. The modern native coloring book. Fuck yeah. Yeah. I was really excited about the spiral notebook because I want that because that's what I'll make my YouTube notes in. Like, and when I start doing my bushcraft camp survival school, I will be, you know, by that point being able to order like maybe 10, 20 of those, and I'll be able to include those with, if you come and do the class, I'll give you one of my notebooks so you can take your notes and everything else in that. And it'll be a nice little memento, but it'll be nice and organized and something for you to use. And emergency fire starter. Sorry, needed to adjust and wanted to be a gentleman. Right, Bacon? And hey, I'll give you 10% of my profit on the coloring books. And you got my word on that. You gave me the idea. Totally, that's totally your right. That's your finder's fee. When I get around to making the coloring book and I put it up, and if I actually start making a shit ton of sales off of that, hell yeah, you'll get 10% of the profits off of that. Just the coloring book, though. The wife would love it. She'd shit bricks. And it's one of those ideas that's like, duh, like, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? My wife has coloring books all the time. Like, she's coloring books all over the place. That's like her main hobby. You could drown someone in the amount of ink that she's used in just since we've been together. So, Bacon, I know you say that they're your friends, but the voices in your head aren't your friends. Not always. But yeah, anybody have any other questions? Any things you want me to expound on? I'm trying to think if I remembered any other details. Like the tall the bigger tiers, the I'm sure Elizabeth, you saw it. Chief Advisor. It's $100 a month. That's my biggest tier, and it's big for a reason. Because it gives you exclusive creative rights to be able to, tell me, hey, I want to see this video. Can you do it? Yeah, I can do it. Among other things, customized merch. Like it says, Chief Advisor to the Modern Native on a hoodie. That's just one piece that you get. And there's others. She's doing all right. She's adjusting to work and the work schedule. She's doing pretty good. But the I was having fun with the chief advisor thing. So I was like, let's have a little fun with that. Why not do a board of directors and a committee members? And I limited the number on there because I doubted I would get anybody who would want to spend that much on me. Like, I hope, cross my fingers, that'd be awesome. Plus, that kind of relationship would be awesome to have that kind of community grow. But it was just having fun with it, and it's if it does ever fill in, I didn't want it to get too big. It's just too many voices, too many things going on, trying to say that they have a say. So it's I didn't want it to get too crowded. So that's why I limited it to the numbers and the brackets that I had it in. Because I'm all for you guys making the decisions on what you guys want to see. Because, I mean, like I said, that's what it's all about. I do this to entertain you, to educate you, to make you want to watch more. So I'm going to let you guys decide what you guys want to watch, and I'm going to give it to you. Exactly, Bacon. And that's what I mean. Like, if I'm going to relinquish that kind of say, like give someone that kind of say into how I'm running my channel, I want to make sure that they're invested. I don't want to just have anybody do it, or have it, have it too cheap, or have a ton of them do it, and then it's like. Plus, it's a partnership because someone like that kind of partnership, that kind of communication and development, like when this becomes something bigger, they're probably going to be right there with me, coming up with me because they're investing in me, they're helping me grow, so I'm going to return in kind. Like, well, because there are people out there with huge numbers on their Patreon with huge tiers, like making mine look tiny. So I mean, if it ever comes to a point where I'll have bigger tiers for like big sponsor positions, that person will automatically stay in the position they're in. They'll be my chief advisor even at that point. So they will start getting benefits beyond that. If that makes sense. It's a partnership. But I mean, it was just kind of just having fun with it, and that's why I broke up the smaller ones because that's what most people would probably be doing anyway. So I mean, I'd be happy to just have a few of them. Like I said, I've got 3, and I love them. They're freaking awesome. They're like I said, there are 3 supporters that have supported me right from the beginning. One of them I know personally, like they're a friend of mine. We haven't met yet, but we communicate a lot, so we're pretty good friends. I am Elizabeth. I'm all about grinding it out, and I recognize you. You've been around right from the beginning. I honestly can't really remember any of my videos you haven't commented on. Like you've been around for a long time, and I appreciate that. You're awesome. Um, but yeah, it'd be amazing to build a community of people wanting to be involved because that's what I want. Um, like I want to build a community on here, but I literally want to build a community. Um, I want to get some property and build a community and grow a tribe. So I mean, I know the bacon's here. Elizabeth's here. It says I have 4. Hour and a quarter roll call. Say heya. And again, I'm really sorry about the squeaky. Squeaky squeak, squeak, squeaking. I was so nervous about doing my live earlier. Just say that. Um, I've talked about it in person to people before. Sometimes with a very negative response, a very jaded, double standard response. But never spoke about it to a group like that. Oh, absolutely, Elizabeth. That's why I'm doing my total appreciation, my 1,000 subscribers. I want to give everybody a gift. I want to make note of everybody who was there. And oh shit, what was I just saying? I saw that. Love you. Made me forget what I was saying. I went to go text you, then I didn't want it to mess up. But That's right. I was responding to. That's right. I was responding to Elizabeth. Like honestly, YouTube isn't really hard. Uh, like not really. I mean, it's just making videos and posting it. Like it's not a whole lot. Um, but no, I'm gonna. That's why I'm doing my total appreciation. I'm gonna remember everybody who was there right at the start, right from the beginning, and like all of you are gonna have names on a board or on a totem or something. I'm gonna do something special with everybody. Um, and I hope to meet most of you. I'm gonna be doing powwows and get-togethers and stuff like that. And that I hope to meet most of you, at least most of you that can make it. So I mean, it's never forget the people who support you at the start. Um, but no, yeah, I was super nervous about sharing that. I'd never like publicly talked about that experience, and it was just I got emotional there in the middle, and it was hard. I held it in because I was trying to get through the story and everything, but stuff like that just sticks with you, and it's hard to get past. But yeah, I don't know if has anybody got any questions, any thoughts, anything you need me to expound on. My Patreon, my stores, merch, obviously, mostly self-explanatory. Yeah, the live was on YouTube. It, the way the screen was, it's weird. I did it through the browser, through my YouTube Studio in browser in desktop version, and it was terrible and it messed up. This is so much better because I mean my audio and my video has been pretty fine, right? Besides being dark, it's dark. I've got lights, but only so much. Huh. Um, let me see if it's it. Cancel. Oh damn. Hey, baby, if you're still here, can you copy the link to that live and put it in chat? Or Bacon or somebody. I can't multitask. I only have the one phone. It's on this, and it won't let me go anywhere else. And it's not saved in my clip tray anymore, unfortunately. I took too many screenshots making the trailer. Well, that was me, you jackass. Monster. Freaking woofer. But it's sometimes it's hard not to feel ashamed a little bit. Bacon. It's not to get too far into it. It's no, it's from today. It's called Men in Abusive Relationships. Well, baby, can you go into the video, hit share, copy link, and then come into here and put it in chat for me? And that's kind of the point, Elizabeth, is part of not dwelling on something is sharing it and releasing it. That it's when you share something and you let it out into the world, it's a release. It helps get it off your chest. So one of the main things is just understanding that and being able to talk about it and share it. And the more you do, the less emotional you'll get about it, the more distance you can give yourself. So it's a release and it's healing and it's cathartic. So and I mean it's something that still affects me every day, constantly. The wife is finding it. She was just watching it, so she'll give you the link. If you go over to videos, it should give you a filter to look at lives. Yep, that looks like the right one, Bacon. It's showing up weird. Surprised they didn't give me an issue because I used Johnny Depp and Amber Heard as a thing. Yeah, I did it from YouTube Studio, so it probably looks weird. So yeah, there you go, Elizabeth. You can save that link or whatever you want to do. If you want to watch that, it's like I said, it's heavy, it's emotional, so possibly trigger warning, and try to take it as a whole and not selectively. I'm just waiting for it. I guarantee by the end of the week, I'm going to have some pretty nasty comments on that video. Alrighty, baby. Love you. Have a good night. Text me. Let me know when you're on the way or whatever. Wow. Poof. Gone. On my end, it says that there's only 2 left. I think I do have to go through and add fan requests to more of the tiers. Just because that's just being able to just be like, hey, I want this. And I'd like to give everybody a voice. So I think I'm going to add that to every tier. So I'll go and edit that soon. Because then the committee and board of directors, whenever, if ever I have them, they will still have voting rights and stuff like that to help me decide. And that's part of my whole point, Elizabeth, is I wanted to share my experience so that way, somebody has to speak first. Somebody has to share their story first. Technically, Johnny Depp did, but you know, that's something very big and public and open. So, it inspired me to feel like I wanted to share my story so that way, if anybody else had a similar experience and wanted and felt the need to share, or didn't even realize that they were in that kind of situation, maybe it might help them take a step back and look and realize, "Ah, I shouldn't I shouldn't deal with that. That's not right." And if that helps one man, one woman, child, person, beast, I don't care. If it helps one person realize that and make the right choice to put themselves in a better situation, it's worth whatever ridicule I get. I don't care. And anybody who wants to judge and feel some kind of way, it's on you. Exactly, Elizabeth. That's why I hope I can inspire someone to speak up for themselves and to have that courage and to not worry about being ridiculed or put down or made to feel like less of a man. So, or less of a human in general. Because that's really what it comes down to. Whenever anyone says that they're made to feel like less than a man, less of a man, or uh, a woman says that she feels degraded and everything else, because there isn't a phrase like that, like to be made to feel like less of a man, like to made to be feel like less of a woman. Doesn't sound right, but maybe it does. I don't know. Either which way, like whenever that happens, that's literally someone making a person feel like less than a human. That's all it is. So I mean, anybody who does that is just terrible and hateful, and the person who suffers from them deserves better and should feel empowered to speak up and protect themselves. That's all that is. But getting off track. Anyway, um, so I'm glad they found the link for you, and you'll be able to watch that. I hope you. I'm saying I hope you enjoy it. Doesn't sound right. I don't know. But that's. I don't know what to expect, what emotion I expect to elicit, other than obviously just trying to get people to empathize with it and understand that it happens to everyone. But, so I mean, I went over my video ideas, I talked about my Patreon announcement, my stores, the direction I'm trying to get my YouTube to go into. Thanks, Elizabeth. I was hoping to get more people here tonight, so I was hoping to have like a big group together to be able to watch my clip. But I mean, I've been gone for so long, people probably haven't really even gotten notifications from me, and yeah, I've got to rebuild that bond and that trust and that relationship again with all of you. What do you mean, what's next? Like, what's my next video gonna be? just did Unexpected and the Inevitable and kind of did my intro to talking about life. And it's going to lead me into further series, but I'm thinking about like stretching it out, do part of the series, do some other videos, do the next part of the series, maybe release a part of each series at a time. So like I would do be a good adventurer, types of camping, and I started the unexpected already. So if I alternated between those three, then mixed in makings of an asshole, and then the depression cycles and YouTube burnout. Went to that. I just have to figure out where to pepper in Dust in the other videos. But exactly, Bacon. Exactly. I mean, see, I have the opposite thing. Is I'm always trying to fix people, fix problems. I'm a fixer. So I mean, I see something that's wrong, that shouldn't be that way, and I want to make it right. So usually ends up hurting me in the long run, but because when I fail at fixing something, it makes me feel like shit. But I mean, anyway. But is that what you were asking, Elizabeth? Like, what was next? Like, what next off my list was going to be my next video? I think I might start the series for Be a Good Outdoor Adventurer. Do my intro for that, if that's what you're asking. And that's going to be a series. So I'm going to open the intro to that and probably the intro to the types of camping, just kind of talking about it. I'm a Leo. I was supposed to be born a Scorpio, but I was born 2.5 months premature, so I'm a Leo. I was actually supposed to be born on the same day as my sister, which is funny. 4 years apart, obviously, but yeah. I know. Supposed to be a Scorpio, but I was born a Leo. And that's where my pride and my confidence comes from, and that's where my protective nature comes from and stuff. It's a lot of different traits. So yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna start Be a Good Outdoor Adventurer and kind of just do my intro and talk about like the broad spectrum of like what a good outdoor adventurer looks like versus a bad outdoor adventurer as far as responsibility goes for the environment. So I think that's where I'm going to start with that, and I'll expound on that and go into further detail, maybe research videos to see if I can find YouTubers who present each side and just kind of explain like you need to see the difference, even the subtle things as to who's being responsible and conscientious with their outdoor activities in respects to the environment and nature and the ecosystem that they're in and invading versus the people who are invading and destructive and raising and chewing their way through a path in the forest. There's a difference. So I mean, I think that's the direction and how that series is going to play. I'll try to keep it mostly positive, obviously, and just try to emphasize the lessons on how to be a good adventurer. And when I run across a good example of something, I'll use it. And yeah, my shorts, my short videos, kind of just yeah, I'm an Aslan. uh, my short videos kind of just happen. Just is what it is. Just sort of happens. They don't ever really have like an idea or a format, or sometimes I'll just be like, this would be kind of nice, and I just kind of come up with it. Like the slow mo short. Oh, Bacon, I would love to do a collab with someone. I have an open invitation to anyone who wants to do a collab. I'm totally cool with that. Even people who I'm pretty sure I won't get along with, I'd be interested in doing a video just to see the dynamic. But yeah. If anybody, anybody wants to connect me with anyone who they think would be interested in doing a collab, definitely. You know how to get a hold of me. um, but exactly, that's why I say go beast. So the critter walking around over there. Gotta give it a little spook every now and then. Uh, but the other night, the wife was just playing with her phone, and she looked at she mentioned slow mo. She goes, the slow mo of fire is so cool because Tasha did one, and I just had a spark. I was like, it'd be cool doing one of those fire effects because there's different powders and chemicals and household stuff that throwing it into the fire makes a different effect. So I was like, wonder what that would look like if you did that in slow mo. So we tried it and it looked cool. So I was like, shit, let me log in on your phone and I'll just upload that. So that's what I did. And everybody seems to like it. It's actually doing pretty good right now. Uh, it's not super high for one of my shorts, but it's better than some of the other ones. Especially dealing with the hiatus of not posting for so long, and then doing kind of like teaser comebacks, like, oh, I'm back. Not really. But no, people, I'm back. I'm here, ready to go beast. I am motivated and determined. I'm tired of slacking. I mean, we're technically having a campfire live chat. No, wrong one. No, wrong one. Settings. Camera. See? We're technically hanging out next to the campfire. It's right there. So, I mean, there. Once we start getting like a dozen fucking people, I decided to put it towards the fire pit. There. So, actually, Elizabeth, I'm gonna go ahead and call this right here, and take your idea for advice. Saying take your idea just sounds wrong. But I'm going to take your advice, and I am going to end this, and I'm just going to start a live fireside chat. Thanks, Bacon. Appreciate that. So, I'm gonna cut this, and then I'm gonna real quick go and make another one and do a fireside open channel fireside open channel chat, and hang out with you guys until the wife gets home. So yeah, there we go. Should right on the subject. Until next time, have everything crash and burn. Until next time, get out there, be a native, and go beast.